If a woman is with a man who is overly focused on his mother, what might soon come to mind is that this is not the first time that she has been in this position. She might see that her previous partner was the same. That might be as far as it will go, or it could be something that goes back even further than this. If so, she could see that just about every relationship that she has been in has involved her being with a man who is overly preoccupied with his mother. Assuming that she has had this realization and has been with a number of men who are like this, she could be in a place of shock. Part of her might not want to accept what is going on and might try to deny it. But another part of her might be happy to face what is going on, and this part could wonder why her life is this way. What might enter her mind is that she is simply very unlucky, and that this area of her life is bound to change soon. Alternatively, she could believe that this is just what men are like, and that there is very little that she can do. What could play a part in why she has come to this conclusion is that other areas of her life could be going well. So, she could have a good job, could be doing well financially, and be in good shape physically, for instance. Therefore, she will tick a number of boxes, so to speak, and it won't be as though she is lacking anything. Regardless of what her conclusion is, she could have a number of friends and family members who will validate her outlook. If she believes that she is unlucky, then the people in her life could agree. And if she believes that this is just what men are like, these people could also agree with what she says. These people could be being honest, or they could be saying what they believe she wants to hear. Now, whether she sees herself as being unlucky or believes that all men are like this, the outcome is likely to be the same. She is likely to feel pretty hopeless and helpless, as there will be very little, if anything, that she can do. However, although it might seem as though this is the truth, what if there is far more to it? What if she is playing a part in what is going on, but that the part of her that is influencing this area of her life is hidden? What this comes down to is that along with her having a conscious mind, she also has an unconscious mind. This part of her is bigger and has a far greater impact on her life than her conscious mind. It is for this reason that she can do all the right things, and her conscious mind can be full of positivity, for instance, and yet one or a number of areas of her life can be anything but fulfilling. Without this understanding, it will be perfectly normal for her to see what is going on out there as the issue. In order for her to see what it is that is taking place at a deeper level, that is causing her to continually end up with men who are unable to be there for her, there are a number of things that she can do. One thing that she can do is to ask herself if the men that she has ended up with remind her of her mother and or father. At first, she could say that they are nothing like her mother and or father, and she could say that they are very different. This could be so, but at the same time, the view that she has of her mother and or father might not reflect what they were actually like. If her view doesn't match up with what they were actually like, it is likely to show that her brain has blocked out what took place during her early years to protect her. Having an idealistic view of them will be a way for her to keep her feelings at bay, and therefore to keep it together and function, assuming that she does have a false view of one or both of her parents. If she was able to remember how they behaved and how she felt, she could see that this area of her life is more or less a replay of her early years. Her mother and or father wouldn't have been able to truly be there for her and love her. And now, as an adult, the same thing will take place with the men that she ends up with. At this point, she could wonder why she has unconsciously recreated what it was like for her as a child. What she went through as a child would have caused her to experience a lot of pain and deprived her of a lot of what she needed. The pain and her unmet developmental needs would have automatically been repressed, and a big part of her will still be trying to receive the love that she missed out on. To try to receive the same, this part of her will cause her to unconsciously be drawn to men who are just as unavailable as her mother and or father, in the hope that she will finally be loved. But as these men are unavailable, not to mention that this stage of her life is over, this is not going to take place. In the same way, then, that she was deprived as a child, she will continue to be deprived as an adult. For her to gradually liberate herself, she will need to gradually reconnect to the pain that she repressed as a child and work through it. Another part of this will be for her to experience her unmet developmental needs. So with that said, if you are in a position where you have continually ended up with men who are not available, then this could be a replay of what it was like for you during your early years, where one or both of your parents were also unavailable, and this caused you to be deprived of the love that you needed to grow and develop in the right way. And so until you work through the pain that you had to repress and experience your unmet developmental needs, you will continue to be deprived. And so it will be essential for you to face this pain and these unmet developmental needs for you to gradually liberate yourself so that you can end up attracting a man who is actually available. And to do this, you may need to reach out for external support. But the main thing is that you do what you need to do to gradually change your life. If you would like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.